Very good. Well, star of A Gogglebox, and I'm a celeb. Babatunde Aléshé joins us now. Lovely to see you.
Lovely to meet you guys.
Welcome. It's funny, actually, you know, how life throws these little curves and the waves of it. You packed it up.
I did, yeah. I had enough, yeah.
Why? What?
You know what, I think it just, at the time when I decided to stop, I think it just all got to me, like, you know, you work so hard and, you know, kind of nothing happens. And so I was just like, well, the best thing for me to do right now is kind of like mentally just kind of like take myself away, you know, have a job and just work that and provide for my family because, you know, at that point I had just gotten married and we were expecting our first child and nothing was happening in the comedy world. So I was just like, anything is better than that right now. Yeah, I couldn't face it, basically. Yeah.
But you did go back, and then I guess you sort of, different things happen within your career, and a big one that sort of changed stuff was going into the jungle. What sort of reaction do you get now off the back of that? Have things changed a lot?
Off the back of the jungle, I get everybody from their child to your grandparents, like, coming up to me and, like, you know, just saying how much they loved, you know, me in the jungle and they want a picture and...
That's nice.
You know, yeah, it's great,
really
honestly.
nice.
It's really nice.
So, as far as that's concerned, when you were in there, did you always think that this was a good idea to do?
No. The first week went by so quickly, but that second week, oh my God, it dragged. And the fear of, like, going into a trial or a challenge, that was kind of, like, playing on me. So a lot of the time I was just sitting there in, like, total fear, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's hard, it's very tough in there.
And also, they had the unexpected arrival of Matt Hancock. And I think, actually, when you were in there, you said, you know, it's hard to push your views aside. And I know that you've come a long way since then. But when he first walked in, when you're in an experience like that, what was going through your head?
I mean, when he first came in, you know what? To be fair, I said to myself, I'm gonna kind of, like, give him the benefit of the doubt, get to know the man rather than, you know, focus on, you know...
What we know of him.
Yeah. And I was hungry. So that's another thing.
And he was bringing...
he was bringing home the bacon, you know what I'm saying? So it was just like...
What do you do?
I got to support him, you know?
Yeah.
So
well, also,
like,
if you didn't get on as a cam,
then
that actually spoils everybody's experience. You've gone a long way, you're doing all that, you're going through it together, and if you're at loggerheads with someone all the way through, then that does spoil the experience. However, you did, you know, you asked the questions that the journalists perhaps might not have done. Here you go.
How has things been?
Hey?
How has things...
For me?
Yeah, bro.
Well, it's obviously been... It was really tough.
Because you messed up.
Yeah, no, I did. I messed up and I fessed up, right? I resigned and it's no excuse, but I fell in love, right? So...
You didn't just fell in love, you were grabbing booty, bro.
Oh, give me
I didn't think you guys were going to play that part. Okay.
So you went there. Yeah.
Yeah, I did. You know what it is, like, with him, look, I had some great conversations with him. Some real deep conversations. We spoke, like, even more about that situation. And to be honest, I can just say, for me, he was very, very open, very, very honest. And, yeah, we're cool. We're still cool to this day.
Yeah, and in fact, so cool. All of you are on a WhatsApp group together, so you all very much keep in contact.
Yeah.
Was he initially on that WhatsApp group, or was that it?
I think so.
You're not the person in control of that.
So
Who's the administrator?
I want to say Mike. I want to say Mike.
Mike Tyndall. Yeah.
I mute all my WhatsApp groups because there's too many. And so I dedicate, like, a time to get to them and, like, go through. So that WhatsApp group is on mute. Not because I don't want to talk to anybody, but it's because I don't like my phone just pinging off. Yeah.
You are also very busy. So all of that sort of stuff gives you great material. It gives you a whole new audience.
Oh, yeah.
And as we said in the introduction, you've had to extend this tour. Now, for someone who packed it in because it wasn't happening, how does this feel?
Man, I'm totally grateful, honestly. Every single night when I do my show, I always make sure I tell the audience how grateful I am for them coming to see me. You know, sold-out shows. I think we're, like, 70% sold out with the additional dates. Yeah. I'm blown away. honestly.
And you have to keep extending it, which is just incredible.
Yeah.
What's lovely is that you've always got someone to talk to, because Mo, who we see on
Yes,
Gogglebox,
my good friend.
you've been really good friends, even before both of you sort of hit the big time.
Yeah.
So you know what you've both been through.
Yep.
And it must be nice to have that person you can actually really honestly talk to.
Absolutely. He is honestly one of my closest friends and the best person to speak to about everything that, you know, I'm facing at the moment and going through. And he's just been nothing but just, you know, generous to me. Like, obviously, Gogglebox, everything. Yeah.
Well, the other person, of course, who's dragged along with all of this is your wife.
Yes.
And now, because you are quite personal in the meeting your wife, sex life as a married man, you know, this is all part of your routine.
So you've been watching me, yeah?
Do you run any of that past her?
No, I don't run no jokes past her, you know. I'm not gonna lie. She's terrible at getting jokes. Like, I'll tell her a joke. It'll take her, like, 2 weeks to get it. She'll be like, oh! And I'll be like, what are you talking about? She'll be like, oh, that thing that you said last week. I'm like, are you serious? Like,
So not the greatest audience to bounce things off.
I make sure I go to my new material nights, try out my material. I try it with them first. I might run it by her afterwards and say, are you OK with this?
But then you've already done
I was
it.
going to say, it's a bit late by
It's a
then.
bit late, so it's just like, I'm already going to do it. But I'm just letting you know.
Yeah. Is it scary? I mean, as a comedian now, I always think, you know, there's so much, you know, we talk about cancel culture and, you know, everybody's worried about it in all their walks of life and everybody wants to make sure they don't say the wrong thing. Comedy must be a scary place right now.
I mean, it is. I think the good thing with me is, look, man, I've worked a 9 to 5 before. If I get cancelled, I'll do it again.
Well, let's hope
Let's hope that don't happen. You know?
Let's hope that doesn't happen. Babahood is the tour and the extension. I mean, it is running, as we say, at the moment, but the extended dates from September the 8th until October the 20th.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Lovely to see you.
Thank
Thanks so much.